Tony from her Homestead Skills, and today I guess what I'd like to discuss is, canning season. I usually do like to prepare for canning season well ahead of time, and as far as I'm concerned, I am prepared. I do have enough canning lids, and I was wondering how everyone else was faring, if you have managed to find enough canning lids to look after yourself for the season ahead. I guess part of the reason that is also of interest to me is that just recently I did have somebody approach me to try and market their canning lids, and I was obviously not terribly comfortable with the idea, and I tried to determine where the lids came from, and the fellow was at least very honest with me and admitted they were manufactured in China. And I suppose that the one advantage they had over most lids that are manufactured in China is that somebody in North America had repackaged them and given them a name so that they are traceable back to a company. So to me, I saw that that was at least to their advantage, so that if there were issues, people could contact the company and determine, let them know what the issues are and see what the company would do with respect to percentage of failures. They had asked me to not necessarily market their product right away, but that they would send me some product, and my next canning session I could use their product, and by that method determine whether A, I like them, and whether B, it would be something I would be interested in helping them market. Once again, not terribly comfortable with the concept of those lids, or where they came from, where they were manufactured. I know that there's a lot of hesitancy within the canning community to products that are made in China when it comes to your food products, and I know that there's been a lot of faulty canning lids that have been flooding the marketplace, and people have been finding problems with them. So anyway, that did fall apart, and I was not terribly upset that it did. I was actually relieved that for whatever reason it just we couldn't make it work. Unless I personally feel very confident in a product myself, I would not promote it. So, putting that aside, of course, the thought is, right now, what is the canning lid situation where you are today? Is there still a shortage? From my perspective, there has only been a very short period where there was a shortage here. Whether that was because I purchased most of my product through Dollarama, which is a dollar store, and perhaps not everyone knew that you could buy canning lids at Dollarama. I think that's become quite apparent this last year, though, because even they ran short. But Canadian Tire seems to have them back on the shelves. Home Hardware, which is another hardware firm chain, I guess, in Canada that sells Bernardin product, has them on the shelves. Now, these are both firms that carry canning products throughout the year. Oh, as well, that's right, even Walmart has product back on the shelves. So, none of them carry any huge quantities this time of year, but there is enough that if somebody wanted half a dozen boxes of lids, they'd have no trouble getting them. So, that's here. Now, as I said, I don't seem to be seeing a lot of no-name or products manufactured in other countries on our shelves here. So, yeah, the Bernardin product is in enough supply that nobody has to turn to a third-party product. Once again, I was wondering what the situation was down south in the U.S., if you have access to enough product or if you don't. I have no idea if things have changed there or if you're still continuing to see a shortage. Anyway, let me know, or let all of us know by posting your what you're finding in your area, and we can get a better handle on what the canning supply market will be for the upcoming year. I heartily recommend, and I always have, that you prepare ahead of time, whether it's by buying 2 or 3 boxes every time you shop, so that you have an adequate supply when it comes to the major canning season, or however you do it. I mean, that is how I do it. I buy a couple of boxes every time I go to Dollarama if I have a need for them. Because of all the panic last year, I bought more than enough. I have canning supplies to last me this year, so I'm not concerned for myself. But I'm sure that not everyone is in the same position that I'm in. Now, for me, that would be only the regular mouth lids. The wide mouth lids, Dollarama does not sell, and if I had to buy them at Canadian Tire or Home Hardware, I can still get them, but they're very expensive. So I tend to only use wide mouth where there's an advantage to using wide mouth. Say if I'm making French fries and I'm canning French fries, it's because they're a delicate potato when they are processed. I prefer to put them in a wide mouth jar so they're easier to take out of the jar. Anything that doesn't need to go in a wide mouth jar, I'll just use a regular. And because of that, I have more than adequate canning supplies to fill my needs, and they are brand name. So, once again, what is the situation where you are? Do you have a canning shortage, or is everyone finding that there's product back on the shelves again? Okay, let us know. That's it for now.